Now, Gemma, are you okay to keep an eye
Yes.
on the leads? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Can everybody now see the sports slide? Yeah, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. So I'm just going to do a quick introduction and then I'm going to hand over to some of my colleagues who are going to talk to you and tell you a lot more about our new sports offering. So good morning, everybody. I hope you're all well and enjoying the glorious sunshine. It's actually been a bit too hot, if I'm honest. We're just not used to that. Just so you know, I'm actually recording the webinar for those agents and colleagues who couldn't make it today. So for those that don't know me, I'm Tracy Docherty, Sales Director for If Only, and I'm delighted to see so many of you on this exciting day at If Only headquarters as we launch our newest brand, Sports Travel Collection. And it's amazing to see so many of you eager to learn about how we can help you provide sports packages for your clients. So I'd firstly like to introduce some of my colleagues from my team. So I'm sure some of you will know Gemma. So Gemma Pinder-Davidson is our head of sales for the North, and she's going to do just a quick brief overview on If Only. Then also on the call is Jenny Carter, who is our new sports and operations manager, who has been working in the industry for over 20 years, focusing on luxury sports. So we're delighted to have her working with us, and she's delivered the most amazing new program for us, which you'll hear more about later. Also on the call, we've got David Irving, who is our sales and operations director. And we've got some members of our new sports team who will be taking your calls when you get some amazing inquiries from your customers. So today marks another chapter in If Only's history. As you all know, we're a trade-only brand who have been supporting travel agents for 25 years. We're always a brand that has you, the travel agent, at heart of all the decisions we make. 2 years ago, you asked us to launch Europe, and if I'm honest, we weren't really sure how the addition to our product portfolio would be supported, but our European division has been one of the most successful. So it just goes to show when you ask us for something new, we deliver on it, and you also deliver on it. So I hope sports is going to be no different. Our sports collection will focus on Formula One, rugby, cricket, golf, horse racing, and a few other sports to be announced soon. But I don't want to steal Jenny's thunder in the grand unveiling. But what I will say is the new division beautifully complements what we're synonymous for, which is offering luxury hotels and on-the-ground support in destinations around the world. Amazing service from our fantastic luxury sales team, and they know the product inside out, which is such a huge benefit, especially if you're new to the industry or you're an apprentice, then they can help you sell that package to your customers. And then we also have a phenomenal concierge team who ensure your customers have a seamless journey when booking If Only and have all their requirements catered for. So I'm going to hand over to Gemma, who's going to do a brief overview on If Only, and then she'll hand over to Jenny, who'll talk to you about our new sports programme. If at any point you've got any questions, then please pop them in the chat box and we'll come to them at the end of the presentation. And that also includes all the questions that you asked us when you registered for the webinar. So lastly, just a huge thank you from me for all your support over the years, but most importantly, over the last year. It's been a record-breaking year for If Only. We've seen 23% growth in the first 6 months of this trading year, and that's all down to you, our travel agent partners. So thank you. Please keep up your support for our agent-only brand. It is very much appreciated. So now we will start the presentation and Gemma will take over.
Thank you, Tracy. Morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I know Monday mornings are always super busy, so we really appreciate you taking the time. Now, we just wanted to do a brief update on If Only. I know there's a lot of familiar faces and partners of If Only who I can see who've joined us, which is fab, but there may be some of you who are a little bit newer to our brand and our products. So Here's a quick whistle-stop tour just to refresh you on everything If Only. So, believe it or not, we're actually celebrating 25 years this year of being out there as a 100% trade-only brand. And one thing that we're super proud of at If Only, which Tracy has alluded to, is our service really is second to none. And this is going to be the same throughout the delivering of our new sports product as well. We've got a team who are going to go that extra mile for you and who are trained on our fantastic product. We've got the team who are here to support, not only in the call centre, but we've got our business development team up and down the country. So we're all here to help and assist you in driving sales via not only If Only, but our new sports brand. How it works at the moment, we're still going to be split into 3 teams in our call centre. So we've got the beach team, the tailor-made team and the Europe team. And our sports specialists are going to sit within those separate divisions. And I'll show you who they are going to be in a couple of slides' time. One thing that we do at If Only is paying commission on the entire holiday cost, including tax. And that's going to be same for sports. And I'm sure all of you know we are a luxury tour operator, so we do focus on 5-star product, but we do have a little bit of high-end 4-star as well available for those clients who are looking for that. We're great at special requests, and I really would say it's one of our key selling points. We do try and get them guaranteed where possible, and customers are becoming more and more demanding, and special requests are becoming more and more important to customers. So it's nice to know that we're able to assist with those. We are a luxury tour operator, but we do have some fantastic pricing, and you're going to see some of the great pricing on the packages we have for sports. We will always try and price match where possible, so it is definitely worthwhile factoring us into your quote process. We have some amazing relationships with our supplier partners across hotel, ground, air, and the same with sports. So we are able to get some great prices for you to pass on to your clients. We still have our beautifully presented travel documents, and one thing that we're super proud of is our less than 0.5% complaint ratio, which really just gives you that added confidence in booking the If Only brand. We send you our dual branded e-quotes that have your company logo on them, as well as rewarding you for every booking you make. And when it comes to both long haul and short haul, we really do have most of the world covered, with the exception of South America, but never say never. In terms of our brochures, we have 4 main brochures. These are all available to order on Tradegate if you're in a retail branch, and they're also available to view online. And they all kind of do what they say on the tin. So our beach collection is our long haul beach product. Journeys is our long haul tailor-made product. We then have Europe, which is European beach, and then cruise, which is our cruise collection, packaging cruise with air and ground. Just to delve into the brochures a little bit more, just to give you a reminder of what we've got in there. Tracy's whipped the presentation away. I was maybe admitted someone to the room in the presentation.
Yeah, sorry, just give me 2 seconds. There's still people joining.
Off the top of my head, really.
Let's carry on. There we go. Yeah.
Okay, I can't see it as yet.
Oh, it still says I'm sharing. Oh, the joys of technology.
I know. As we were saying, we used to do these every week in a certain period of they're a little bit more rare now, and you soon forget what to do.
There we go. You should see it.
Yeah, I can see it now. Okay, so we've got within the Journeys collection, we have Asia, where we've got both tailor-made and beach options available. And we have always had a little bit of sports in there with our Formula One packages available in Singapore. In Australia, we've got so many different options. We've got luxury and mainstream hotel choices. We've got self-drive camper van hire. So it's something for everybody. When it comes to the USA, we've got cities, beaches and national park. A lot of what we do tends to be those kind of larger multi-centre itineraries, but we could just do a straightforward city break or a family holiday to Orlando. And we are able to offer Amtrak if you've got people wanting to explore via train. And when it comes to Canada, a lot of what we do does have Rocky Mountaineer at the core of it. And we are able to bolt on Alaska cruises. And then the newest addition to us, our Journeys collection, is South Africa. We do have a standalone brochure available to view online. And we've also got Namibia and Botswana that we've added into that programme. Touching on beach, this is where you'll find all of our long haul beach products. So Middle East is massive for us, with Dubai being a firm favourite, as well as Abu Dhabi. But we're also starting to do more to those other Emirates, including Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah and Ajman. And Oman is also super popular for customers maybe wanting something a little bit more cultural when it comes to the Middle East. Maldives is still very much our number one destination, our bread and butter, and we have so many different options, so many different islands, and an amazing reservation team who can help you get the right product and property for your customers who are wanting to go over to the Maldives. Mauritius, again, another really, really popular option. Lots of different hotel and villa choices. And we do actually have our own lady, Linda, on the ground to help and support your customers. And also Seychelles is growing in popularity and is really, really popular for honeymoons wanting to do some island hopping itineraries. When it comes to the Caribbean and Mexico, we actually have our own dedicated offices out in Barbados and Antigua. So we have a team on the ground there who will be there to meet and greet your clients on arrival in resort and fast track them through immigration and security. And another thing to highlight is we do have access to those 2 long haul flights from the regional airports. So we're able to marry those up with our own hotel product. Europe is, I keep saying it's new, but it's not. We've been doing it for 2 years now, believe it or not, but it really, really has come into its own this year. We have just brought out a brand new brochure and we have really increased the product that we've got in there. We've added more to destinations like Greece, Turkey and Italy. And then we've also added in Croatia and Montenegro. We've got some really different bits and pieces as well, including Greek island hopping, some Italy multi-centres, Adriatic adventures and Turkey tours. And don't forget, we are able to offer our Europe product at £99 deposit, and we are able to pick up the low-cost carriers as well. So yes, there's been some amazing new product launches coming out, and we really have been stealing a march on that. So do make sure you bear us in mind for your Europe inquiries. And then the final brochure is our luxury cruise collection. We've now got 23 different cruise partners that we are working with. So it's kind of entry level, Holland America, Princess, Celebrity, right up to your Silver Seas and your Explorer journeys. And we also have some great river options as well. The great thing is when we package it together for you, you're going to get a complete package, including flights, accommodation and cruise. You're going to get your full commission on all elements. And again, if it's a European one, we've got that benefit of being able to pick up those low cost and regional flights. So this is us. You've seen me and Tracy here today, but we've got a great sales team headed up by Gordon McCready, who's our managing director. So there are 5 of us, including Tracy, out on the road here to help and support. So if anybody does need anything at all, please make sure you reach out to your regional BDM and we'll be there to help you drive not only your if-only sales, but your sports sales too. But then most importantly are the people who are ready and waiting at the end of the phone. So this is our team based up in Glasgow who are here to take your calls. So we've now got some stars next to some of them. So these are going to be our sports stars. And these are the people within our different destinational teams who have now been trained up on our new sports packages and who are there ready and waiting to take your calls. So that was a whistle-stop reminder of everything if only. I can see people flashing up asking about brochures and that kind of thing. We'll be able to help you with all of that. But without further ado, let's get on to the main part and the exciting part of the presentation, our fantastic new sports product. And I will now hand over to Jenny, who's going to take you through that.
Hello everyone, good morning. Just as Tracy said, I have recently joined If Only to put the portfolio together. I've been doing luxury sports for 20 years and I am delighted to get here and put this out ready for you guys to sell. So without any further ado, let's have a look at what we're offering. Okay, so we've got 7 key sports that we're offering to start with. So that's Formula 1, golf, tennis, horse racing, NFL, cricket and rugby. And if you just go on to the next slide, we will first of all start with Formula 1. So already there's lots of inquiries for Formula 1 that If Only are dealing with, and now we've had some fantastic training with the team who are so enthusiastic. So Formula 1 is one of the big ones that we're looking at. So it's hard to ignore Formula One at the moment. There's 24 races across 5 continents, 10 teams with 20 drivers in total, and Cadillac are joining next year. Lots of changes in Formula One at the moment, so it's really interesting for as a fan to see quite what's going on. It's a massive industry, and it's a fantastic opportunity to sell to your customers who are, if they're great fans, you know, you've got 24 races to sell them over the course of the years, so it's a brilliant opportunity. So for us here at If Only, we're going to be selling different sorts of tickets. So obviously we'll have our grandstand tickets, of which there are many varied choices for your customers to pick from. The sales team here will be able to advise on the best ones, the best locations. If we're going to send you somewhere that may well be rainy, they'll be able to tell you, you know, which ones are covered and all that sort of stuff. So loads of information that we can help you with. So we'll be looking at grandstands, also various sorts of hospitality that we can access. So think yachts in Monaco, there's viewing galleries on top of, you know, rooftops of hotels in Las Vegas, or viewing galleries on various hotels in Singapore. So there's loads of different options that we can access. And again, you know, it's a bit of a dark art, this, so that's why the team here at If Only are here to help you. I'm here to help you make sure that we get the right product for your customers. We also have Paddock Club, which I'll go into a little bit on the next slide, but just for the rest of the 2025 season, we're a bit of a break at the moment whilst we wait for the Belgian Grand Prix, but we're kind of led by availability for this season. Next year, obviously the calendar is already out and the tickets are beginning to drip through for 2026, but as and when they come through, we can start doing that. But we can do like out of date bookings for the 2026 calendar and get those booked for your customers. And then we'll have sales collateral as you go along that we can send out to you with new races on. Next slide, please. So the races that If Only are selling. So basically, if you think of the destination product that If Only sell, they're the races that we will be offering. So for the 2025, we've got Singapore coming up, and the US Grand Prix in Austin, the fantastic spectacle that is the Las Vegas Grand Prix, and then Qatar, and then the season finale in Abu Dhabi. And we've got some indicative pricing there for you. I think the thing to say about the pricing is that, you know, that's a lead-in price and it's based on a specific hotel, but, you know, this is very much, we've got the sports knowledge, but also we've got these fantastic destination specialists who can advise you on the properties as well. So, you know, if you just see a package that's got a specific hotel in, please don't be shy to come forward and say, I like it, but I want to change it. That's what we're here for. And then going forward into 2026, we'll have the Australian Grand Prix, China, Japan, Saudi, Miami, Canada, and then Monaco and Barcelona. And there's some great opportunities with the way the calendar is for 2026 to do some sort of twin centers. So if you've got a Formula One fan who, you know, really wants to go for it, then you could do like a Qatar, Abu Dhabi, a China, Japan twin center. So there's so much opportunity. And the sales team are fantastic. So if you wanted to do, you know, a bit of touring around Japan with the Japanese Grand Prix, you know, we're here to do that. So next slide, please. Okay, so I mentioned I was going to talk about Paddock Club a little bit. So this is kind of the holy grail of hospitality for Formula One. It's located above the pits and the Formula One garages. It's the finest hospitality that you can get, I think, at a sporting event, full stop. Gourmet dining, free flow drinks all throughout the day. You get to wander down the pit lane. And this isn't like a public pit lane walk. This is a just for Paddock Club, a couple of times a day, and have a look at what's going on. Bump into all the celebs and stuff. They have the drive the track truck tours, which is almost impossible to say, which is exclusive to Paddock Club. But and you can just go around. I mean, imagine going around like Eau Rouge, but at Belgium, going up Eau Rouge in a flatbed truck, you'd have to kind of hang on for dear life. But it's a really, really good opportunity to see all elements of the circuit. There's loads of entertainment, simulators, pit stop challenges, F1 ambassador appearances. So that's kind of like maybe like team principals or ex-drivers, or that you can have the opportunity to meet. Then there's another sort of elevated version of Paddock Club, which is affiliated to different teams. So, you know, if you get someone in your shop who says, I absolutely love Max Verstappen, and I want to see if I can get close to him, well, Paddock Club's your thing. So we can book them into Red Bull Paddock Club, and they get to go. There's an escorted garage tour for certain teams, but again, we can advise on that. Driver appearances, question and answers. You can have all the merchandise you like that they can offer in the suites, and it's just amazing. And we can cover Alpine, Aston Martin, Ferrari, and Mercedes and Red Bull. And I'm sure their popularity will waver next year depending on which drivers are in what teams, but we shall see. And then there is another package, like a thing called the Legends package, which is you can have access to the paddock for 1 day of the 3-day package. So there's many things that we can offer for you. My slides have disappeared again.
They're coming. You see them now?
Yeah, perfect. And as I mean, that is a fantastic amount of options available there, but Paddock Club comes at a cost, and it varies between sort of 7,000 and 14,000 per person. So it's not for everyone. But if you've got those customers there who want that once in a lifetime opportunity, quite often if you do any corporate stuff, it's quite often used as a kind of a nice day out for businesses and things. So you can give us a shout and we can definitely look at that for you. But I think the important thing to say for Formula One is we go all the way through from grandstand through all the different hospitalities up to Paddock Club, and we can help you with all of those inquiries. Next slide, please. Okay, and we'll also be doing tennis. Probably the first thing to say is we won't be doing Wimbledon, sadly, because we don't have UK product hotel wise, but we will be doing the Australian Open, so that's every January. We can get fantastic some sort of like lead-in tickets there. So if you were just doing a lovely Australia touring itinerary and you wanted to have just, I think that one of the things that's fantastic about sports travel is, yes, it's a reason to travel. If you're an absolute fan, you will travel halfway across the world to go and see your favorite sport, but it's also a really nice add-on for people from kind of almost like a cultural perspective. You know, taking in the tennis in Melbourne is just a really lovely thing to do, even if you're not a crazy sports fan. So we can add in tickets, just sort of your normal grandstand tickets, all the way up to different sorts of hospitality, and even those in that photograph, those seats behind, it's bookable seats. It's called On Court, and quite literally you are right there. I'd be marginally frightened about being that close, but we can do all sorts for you. So that's a really lovely one that we can offer. And then we also do the US Open. We also do the US Open. There should be another slide. There is. The US Open, which is in September, so held at Flushing Meadow again. And this is just a really nice add-on. So it's a New York City break effectively, and then we can add on these tickets, and we can get all different areas, so they can be as expensive or inexpensive as you like, really. And it's just a lovely packaging. It's $3,995, and obviously that is dependent on the hotel. So that price can go up or down according to what you require. So that's the US Open, and then we move on to golf, I think. Yes, so we can do the US Masters every April. Absolute bucket list event for those that travel there. We offer the Ritz-Carlton Reynolds Plantation or a Sheraton in Augusta. So one of the things to note about the Masters is that the hotel stock is questionable locally. So Ritz-Carlton is about an hour and 20 minutes away, but we put transfers on and arrange all that for your guests. We can also play golf and arrange that for them at local courses. So it's a great spectator sport, but if you've got golfing fans that also want to play, that's not a problem. And the Sheraton Augusta obviously is really close by. So some top tips for the Masters. There is hospitality that we sell, and I would recommend it. It's not crazily expensive, but it's nice to have a base for the day there, because you're on your feet and it's hideously hot, and it's very very relaxed southern hospitality, and it's somewhere that you can dump all your bags because you can't take stuff in. There's no phones or cameras. On tournament days it's really old school, but it's just a fantastic event to go to. And in all my years of doing this, I don't think I've had anyone that's come back and said anything other than that was the holiday of my life. So it's fantastic. And from a sales perspective, we recommend like a practice day, or maybe like the par 3 tournament, and then one of the tournament days, to give people a bit of sort of variety in what they're seeing, and also gives you a chance to have a bit of a rest and maybe play a few rounds of golf if that's your thing as well. So that's the Masters, and I think we should go on to the Ryder Cup now. Yes, so the Ryder Cup in September. So obviously it's a biennial men's golf competition between Europe and the United States. So this year it's at Bethpage Black in Farmingdale, New York. Again, effectively it's your city break, and then we can help you with your tickets for this event. And then obviously 2 years time we're over in Ireland, and then 2 years time back over in Minnesota again. But this is one of those events that kind of sells itself. So if you get inquiries for it, get in touch and we can put something together, and obviously pick a variety of hotels in New York. So that's nice and easy. And then I think then we have horse racing. So we can do various things. So for an example, the Dubai World Cup held at Meydan Racecourse. Absolutely mind-blowingly massive racecourse. So it's the pinnacle of the racing season. Total prize money for the race itself is 12 million. So I mean, that's just eye-watering. It's a fantastic event to attend. They really know how to put on a show. Aside from the horse racing, there's music after, there's a zillion different forms of hospitality which we will be able to advise you on. We can also just do grandstand tickets or ticket only. After the racing, there is, I think, the finest firework and drone show I think I've ever seen. It went on for about half an hour. So it's well worth going to that. And the other thing to add about Meydan is, if you do have people that, who doesn't like a day out at the races? So the racing season goes November to March. So if you have clients there that are just having a kind of fly and flop holiday and want to go to the races, we can arrange that. Just get in touch and we can add that on. And then we have the Breeders' Cup, which takes place in November. So it's the end of our flat season. All the horses go over there. And it's a massive event. It's been running since 1984. And it's a 2-day event, Friday and Saturday. And it's completely different to any horse racing in Europe. It's very, very casual, and it's a great event to go. And that moves around different cities in the US. So this year it's in Del Mar in San Diego, and we're moving over to Kentucky next year. And then 2027 it's going to Belmont Park in New York, and it hasn't been on the East Coast for ages. So we're expecting that to be a big one. So any inquiries like that, just please contact us and let us know, and then we'll be able to let you know whether we can help. Next slide. Okay, so cricket, rugby and NFL. So cricket, I'll do rugby first because it's at the top of the list. So some Six Nations packages we've got. We've just got one in the other day, which was great news. So we will have those on sale. Then we'll send flyers out and everything, but all of the normal Six Nations matches we'll be able to offer. We can do Lions as well. Obviously that's just passed, but in due course, or happening, in due course we can do the next one and be able to offer that to you guys. Rugby World Cups, as and when they happen, we should be able to offer that. But again, all of these things, sports is one of those funny things where you can only sell what you can sell when it's out. So as soon as we've got more information on things, we will communicate that out to you guys, so you know what's going on. But at the moment, we don't have obviously Lions or Rugby World Cup to do. NFL games pending, so watch this space with those ones, and then we'll also be able to offer Super Bowl in due course, and that isn't on sale yet, but as soon as that is and I can access that, I will put some flyers out for you. And again, that is there are some super fans of that, so it's one of those that they're decent bookings when you get them. And then also cricket. So we're not going to be doing cricket tours as in a kind of hosted tour, but we are going to be offering kind of FIT cricket holiday. So we are waiting with bated breath for the Sri Lanka England date. So as soon as that comes up, I'll put a kind of indicative package together around Sri Lanka with the access to the tickets. But again, that is a starting point for you guys. Don't look at that and think, well, they don't want to go to this match or that destination. It's a starting point. Come to us and let us tailor it to suit you guys. And then also we'll be having at the beach South Africa, England, back end of next year. So that's something else that we'll be doing, and we'll put some information out. But with the cricket, I think, as with all of these holidays, please just come and speak to us. If it doesn't seem like it's quite the right package, that's what we're here for. That's what our sales guys are here for, to tweak and amend and make it suit. So yeah, I think is that me, Dan?
That's you. Well, I don't know about you, we know about this product, but even just listening to Jenny again, super excited to be able to sell this as part of our programme. As Jenny said, as and when packages come out, then these are the vehicles for you to be able to see all of the packages that we're going to be advertising. So make sure you're all members of our partners page on Facebook. So it's called If Only Partners. You can follow us on Instagram, where we'll show content, and also on Twitter as well, at If Only Partners. Now, in terms of if you have an inquiry, the best thing to do is call through on our reservations number, which is 0141 955 4000. The phone lines will be changed to have an option for sport, but as we're just launching today, it's not quite ready. So all I would say is if you have an inquiry, just go through to the destination where that sport is taking place. So for example, if you're looking to go to the Singapore Grand Prix, then you would pick TaylorMade. If you're looking to go to Monaco Grand Prix, then you would pick European sales. But it'll all become clear on the phone systems in the next couple of weeks. And also keep in touch with our WhatsApp group for offers. We'll be putting sporting offers out on all of our social media channels now that we've fully launched, and we'll be including them on our WhatsApp groups as well. So everybody has my email address now, because I sent you all the invite to this morning. So if you want your mobile number included in our WhatsApp group offers, then please do just send it to me and I can include it from there. And then this is just a little bit of a roundup as to why you should choose If Only for your sports packages. So we're going to be offering 7 main sports around the world, but this is just phase 1. So there will be more sports offered in the future, and Jenny's going to be working hard away in the background, bringing them to launch. We are 100% trade only, and I think that's really, really important, that you're never going to have a client coming in with a quote that they've picked up online, so you're not going to have to compete against us. We've got nearly 25 years of expert luxury knowledge, and for those that have been working with our teams, our tenure for each staff member, the average is about 7 years. So when people come to work with If Only, they absolutely stay and we look after them. So you're definitely getting the best of luxury knowledge there. As Gemma said earlier on, we do have industry leading commissions, and we pay commission on everything, including tax. We haven't really touched on the deposits yet. So the deposit will be £200 per person, plus any non-refundable elements. So if we're having to pay for tickets up front for these events, then that will have to be included in the deposit. I think some of the questions already asked were, do we do out of date wage pricing? And we do. Jenny covered that off. We'll be doing regional flying, so 22 airports in the UK, including Ireland, from Belfast and from Dublin. We will obviously provide our dual-branded e-quotes as standard on any sporting packages. You will get our beautifully presented travel documentation, And what's really important is we have a less than 0.5% complaint ratio. So when your clients go on an if only holiday, they have an amazing time. But if they do come back and complain about anything, then our after sales team get onto that right away to make sure everything is resolved as quickly as possible. As I mentioned earlier, we've got our concierge service, so we can just go that extra level if your clients are looking for anything else over and above their standard luxury holiday, whether that's interconnecting rooms, whether that's special pillows for their stay. We can obviously organise all of that for you. And not to forget that we reward you for booking with us. So if you're not part of our reward scheme, then you should join, because it's absolutely within your benefit to make bookings with us and get rewarded as a thank you for doing so. And our dedicated sports team are waiting to take your call. So I think what I'd like to do now is just answer any questions that anybody's got. Now, Gemma's going to be keeping an eye on the chat section, but for now, I'm just going to ask some of the questions that were sent in during the registration for the webinar. So the first one was, what's the deposit going to be? And I think I've covered that off already, which is good. Process for booking, I think, as I said earlier, you just call into the relevant departments, or you can email your inquiry in and our team will get back to you as soon as they can. And in terms of commission, I also mentioned that whatever commission you're on as part of your standard contract, that's the commission that you will earn on any sports packages that you're booking through us. And the last one that I'm going to answer is just around turnaround times. For those that are booking with us, you know our turnaround times are great. So it will be your standard turnaround times unless we are limited in terms of trying to go and get the tickets for you. It may be a little bit longer, but our sellers will advise you at the time of the call when you should expect to get the quote back. So Jenny, not to put you on the spot, but I've got some other questions that you might be able to answer. So the first one is, are transfers included in the packages that we're going to be selling?
So airport transfers are always included, and then event transfers, absolutely they can be, but our sales team will advise on what is the best option really for the clients at the time. For some of them, we can include transfers, but kind of our experience will tell us that we'll be stuck in traffic for 3 hours, and actually there's better ways of doing things. So it will definitely be a sort of experience-led answer really to each individual package, I guess.
Okay, perfect. And do the packages we sell, are they going to come with a guide or representation on the ground?
So if we are using like a DMC in that country, then absolutely, we will have access to that to provide you with help. And also we can book guides if you're in, say, Singapore and you want that each day, but predominantly no, because it's a FIT holiday.
Okay. And I think this was asked by quite a few people. Are we able to quote for group travel? Because I know that obviously as if only we do quite a few groups. So is that something we can do for sports as well?
Absolutely. Yeah. Same process.
Okay. And I suppose this question's maybe quite specific, but I thought I'd ask it seeing somebody had. Will the tickets be digital or paper, or does it depend on the event?
It depends on the event.
Yeah,
I'd love to be able to give a solid answer to this, but no. It depends on the event. But I mean, we've got such a great after sales team here, so we will, as and when we find out how the tickets get distributed, we'll be in contact with you all to let you know how to expect them, when to expect them, and in what form. Most, I would say, 80% of events now are going towards digital tickets, so there'll be app downloads or that sort of thing, but we will talk you through that, because it's not straightforward sometimes.
Okay.
But we will make it straightforward for you, don't worry.
And then the next question was, can you pick individual seats at events? I know, like when you go to concerts or things like that, you know exactly where you want to be. Is that something that clients can do via their travel agent with us? Or does
Generally
it depend
not.
on event? Okay.
Again, it's by event, but generally not. But what a lot of places do now is they'll sort of let you pick upper or lower areas in certain grandstands, so that you're kind of guaranteed like a better view in that top section or whatever. So it is mainly by event. If there is the option to do it, obviously we'll communicate that with you and be able to pick.
Okay. And are we able to sell packages for disabled clients? Do we have the availability to access those areas?
Yes, absolutely. So we've got the only thing I would say is that sometimes we need to, there's a little bit more communication with the ticket sellers to make sure that so it ends up being like an email, so it might take a little tiny bit more time, but absolutely we can do it, and I've done it at various Formula Ones and horse race meets and stuff over the years, and they offer really good service for clients that are disabled. So yeah, just ask us.
And are we able to provide tickets for other events that we haven't maybe advertised yet? Somebody had asked about a specific boxing match in America that was coming up.
Yep. So always ask. So that boxing match, it's Canelo and Crawford, I believe, and that's going to go on sale on Friday.
One, yeah.
It's the tickets coming on sale on Friday, so I've got that all prepped ready for the tickets to drop, and then I can get some packages together and then get that out to you guys. So yeah, if there's ever anything that you are wondering about, it's best to ask, and we will truthfully and honestly tell you whether we can assist or not, but always best to ask.
Okay, I think you answered this one already. So are we offering 2026 packages to Monaco or Las Vegas? So the answer to that one is yes. I think somebody had also said, what upcoming events do we have access to tickets or availability for? But I think you covered that off as well to kind of say it's really down to what's left for the year. So we'll be putting out packages for anything that we do have available. But if not, I would say email into us if you've got a general inquiry, and then we can tell you whether we can access tickets for that event. I think that's probably the best way to go about that.
Absolutely. And I mean, in terms of like Formula One for the remainder of 25, there's still loads of tickets out there. So I wouldn't hesitate to get in touch with us about that. And then obviously the 26 tickets are just coming on sale. So availability wise at the moment, we're fine.
Okay, fab. And then I'm nearly at the end, although I have seen some extra ones coming through. Will we be offering rugby league trips? Now, I think that one was asked, but I think you then included that in your presentation. So we can do rugby league, can't we?
Yeah, so there's a rugby league in Vegas. So again, that hopefully will be going out this week.
Okay.
The package.
And then the last one from me, and I may as well answer this question, but will we be doing UK horse racing packages? And I think that then falls under the same parameters as Wimbledon, sadly, because we're selling everything as package, we're not selling it as ticket only. So because we don't have any ground offering in the UK, we won't then be able to do UK horse racing packages. So that's all of the questions that I've seen. I know there's been lots popping up. Gemma, I don't know if you want to take them, but one that I can see is, are we going to be doing World Cup, for example, next year?
Yeah, so there's been actually quite a few questions about football. Are we going to be doing international football, club and country? Are we going to be doing the World Cup 2026 in the US?
So I think at this point it's a no, but like I said, this is very much phase one. And there are lots of things in the pipeline for phase two. So just, I would say, hang fire and watch this space, because our aim would be to be doing things like that, but we just need to sort out a few details, which
got to start somewhere, haven't we?
Yeah,
can't do it all at one time.
Exactly.
So we'll keep everybody posted. Someone else had asked, obviously we gave some kind of ideas of prices for some of the packages we've already put together, and someone was asking if they include flights, and I do know they all include flights, but how many nights? And again, I think it varies from package to package, but on average, are they 3, 4?
So generally, I would say 4 nights. Some of the longer haul F1s are 5, but again, it's very much up to your customers, and we can amend that. But generally 4, 5.
Yeah. So just to touch on the packages that we've given those leading prices for, we have got some offers, and we are going to be sharing those with you on the back of the call. And there's going to be some social media posts as well, which you'll be able to share to promote with your clients, because I know a few of you had asked about that. Someone, actually, I was going to talk about this when we were talking about UK. Someone had just touched on the fact, I presume that we're not going to have the UK element of the Six Nations because we can't do the UK packages. It's just going to be Italy, France, etc.
Correct.
Right. Okay, cool. Someone had asked about Japan, where we're doing the Formula One. Will we be able to offer escorted tours?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, it's part of a bigger package, I presume.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. TaylorMade team will be able to put something together for that.
Okay. Someone had asked if we were going to have a separate Facebook group just for sports. And again, maybe watch this space. I don't think so for the time being because it's still in its infancy. So we will be sharing everything via the main If Only page. So make sure you keep an eye on that. But if it continues to grow and expand, maybe we'll need our own sports Facebook page, but we will keep you posted. Someone asked if we were going to be doing Ryder Cup, Jenny. Is that something we're going to be able to offer?
Yeah, so that's on sale for September this year, and then obviously the future ones in 2 years' time in Ireland. Obviously not yet, but yeah, they will be in due course.
Okay, perfect. Someone asked if we're going to be doing any other kind of like equestrian or show jumping events as well as the horse riding ones.
Not at this point again, but I think one of the things that I'm really keen to do is I don't want to put a load of product on sale that nobody wants to book, kind of thing. So if you've got customers there that are keen on that sort of thing, then absolutely I'll be taking that on board. And then when phase 2 comes, we can sit down and have a look at it. So it's always worth asking. And it's so not right now, but I'm not close to it at all.
Okay. Someone asked if we would be able to do kind of multi-sport trips in the US, so the likes of the NBA, NFL, kind of putting an itinerary together.
That again is a bit of a phase 2
right,
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lots of exciting things still to come online.
Exactly.
Someone has asked, have we got any US Open packages for the tennis for this year?
Yes, that's on sale. Yeah, we can quote
amazing. That's good. Someone else had asked, for example, if you booked a package with like the Lions tour, some of them come with like special evening events. Would that be the same if they booked it through us?
Yes, we'll be able to get access to those as well. We can do that.
Okay. Someone had asked, this was more of an if only question about setting up logins for the website, and you can actually set up your own login for the website. So if you go to ifonly.net and go to the top right hand corner where it says agent login, if you click on there, you can set up your own login by entering your ABT number and email address. So that's really easy to do. But if you've got any issues, if you just contact one of us guys, we'll be able to assist you.
And I think there's lots of people asking how to join the WhatsApp group. So
yes,
as I've emailed you all with the registration details for the webinar, then just reply back to me with your mobile number and I'll add you to the WhatsApp group. That's probably the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, and I've tried to take a note of people who've asked for file copy brochures, so I will email you. But again, if you just want to email us, it might be slightly easier so we don't miss anybody, and then we can organise that for you. What else? Someone was asking about Olympics and athletic events in the future. Have we got that as a potential phase 2?
That's on my list.
That's on your list.
I've just seen one popped up actually about the Lions. Any last minute Lions inquiries, we can do that with tickets. So yeah, if you've got any inquiries, let us know on that.
Okay, I think I've got pretty much everything there. I'm scrolling backwards and forwards and taking down notes, but obviously we've covered off a lot, and I'm feeling very excited. I hope all of our agents are too, but yeah, it's obviously a kind of a work in progress. So as we said before, myself, Tracy, Lauren, Jen and Charlotte are all here to help and support. So if you do have any other further questions, make sure that you reach out to us. I'm just conscious of time as well, but yeah, Trace, I'll just hand back to you to kind of wrap up if that's all right.
Yeah, of course. Look, a huge thank you to everybody that joined us this morning. Thank you so much. I know Monday mornings can be super busy, so thank you for giving us your time. If you have any inquiries at all, then the contact details were on there, but I will send them to you and follow up from this email just so you have them. We're really excited. I hope you are too. As Jenny said, if you have any inquiries at all or any further questions, you've got my email address. So for any questions, send them on to me. And for any inquiries, then we can add them on to the emails that drop into the team and they can answer them from there. So thank you so much to everybody for joining us. As I said, this has been recorded, so we will share it on our Facebook page just in case you've maybe had to duck out and do something during the webinar. At least you can come back and watch it in full. and we really look forward to working closely with you moving forward. So thank you so much for all your support. It really is appreciated. Thanks,
you, everyone.
guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. See you
Bye.
later.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.